Good morning, students. Good morning to all. And last day we have studied about the price discriminations under monopoly and the features of monopoly and the monopoly markets. So today also just we will remind what we have studied on last day and we will go to the new concepts. Already we have studied about the monopoly. In this monopoly market, the monopolist only have the thorough power and the rights to fixing the price of their commodities. When they have the power like that, he can able to discriminate in this fixation of the price. So in which basis the monopolist will make the discriminations in the fixation of the price, means some of the types are there. So on the basis of personally, so the monopolist can able to make the differentiate in this price. So the different prices are charged for different individual peoples. For example, the railway give the ticket as the concessional rate to the senior citizens for the same journey. So even the senior citizens are the junior citizens. So both of them going to the same journey in same rail. But even though on the basis of their age, so the railway department will give some of the concessions for the senior citizens. Next, on the basis of geographically, so here the different prices are charged at the different places for the same product. Some of the product may have more demand in any of the countries or in any of the district, any of the state. So wherever the demand, the high demand is there, so there the price will be differentiate or the price may be very high, and where the demand is very low, the price may be very low. Next, on the basis of usage, so here the different prices are charged according to the usage of your product. Some of the product is used by the peoples for the different purposes. For example, the electricity power. The electricity is going to use by the entrepreneurs and the individual peoples in their home sectors. So when the electricity is going to use in the commercial activity, they will fix high prices. And normally when you are using to the home purposes, they will be giving the low prices. So on the basis of these three category, so the price will be differentiated by the monopolist. Next, the degrees of price discriminations. So when they are fixing the price and the different rate, in which degrees are there and which responsiveness, so the price will be differentiated from the real prices mean. So the price discriminations or the degrees of price discriminations may classified as three types. First one is first degree price discriminations, and second degree price discriminations, and third degree price discriminations. So under the first degree price discriminations, the monopolist charges the maximum price that a buyer is willing to pay. So normally if we are going to the market when there is more demand, or even if there is no demand, some of the consumers always will be ready to paying which amount fixed by the sellers. So without asking the action or without involving in this action, so the consumers can able to purchase any of the commodities. So when the behavior of the consumer is being like that, so the seller will be charges the maximum price. So this discrimination is called as a perfect price discriminations, because in these price discriminations the consumers will get never surplus. So normally if you are going to purchase any of the commodities, we will think, so okay, this in this rate we can purchase, it may be as reasonable or it is maybe the searchable. Okay, but in this time if the sellers are paying very low rate than what we have decided to paying, the amount is called surplus. Okay, so the differentiated between the actual rate and the rate at which the consumer is paying. So, but in this price, first degree price discriminations, so the consumers will never get any of the surplus. So this is maximum exploitation of the consumers. But without any actions, without any excuse, the seller will fixing the more or high prices for their commodities. Okay, so this is maximum exploitation of the consumers. So John Robinson named it as a perfect discrimination monopoly. Perfect discriminating monopoly means on the basis of the demand and the availability of the commodity and the behavior of the consumers, the seller will fixing the high prices. That is called first degree price discriminations. Next, second degree price discriminations. So under this degree of price discriminations, the buyers are charged prices in such a way that a part of their consumer surplus is taken away by the sellers. So even if there is more consumer surpluses, so the monopolist will taken by some of the part of consumer surplus from the consumers. So this is called as imperfect price discriminations. Imperfect price discriminations means, so in these price discriminations, some of the consumers will have the rights or possible to making in the actions. So under this degree, buyers are divided into different groups and a different price is charged for each group. Already we have studied, one of the example, the cinema theater is charged by the same film from the different type of the viewers. Now when we are going to the cinema theaters to watching any of the movie, so the consumers or the viewers are going to classified as a three types: the first class and the second class and the third class. But all the people, those who went to watch the movie, they are going to watch the same movie only. But by giving the little bit of the comfortness, they will fixing the different price level. So in these price discriminations, we have to note one thing. So the first row or the first row of the first class and the last row in the second class is the very smaller as compared to the differences in charges. So normally if you are going to watch the movie, we will go to the second class or the first class. But if you are seeing the last row in the second class and the first row in the first class will be no more differentiated. But these peoples are going to pay as different rate. This is called second degree price discrimination. So on the basis of the consumer's choice, the price will be fixed. Next, third degree price discriminations. So under this degree, the monopolist splits the entire market into a few sub-markets and charges different price in each sub-market. The groups of people are divided on the basis of age, sex and locations. For example, the railways charges lower fare from senior citizens. Students get discounts in museums and exhibitions. If you are going to the museum, when we are studying from the school, we will get some of the concessions. And the railway department also giving some of the concession for the senior students. And if you are going to write any of the exam, some of the peoples are getting some of the concession from paying the fees. So on the basis of sex and the locations and the age, so the price will be discriminate. This is called that degree price discriminations. Okay students, next we will study another one of the concept that is called dumping. So dumping refers to a practice of the monopolist charging higher prices for his product in the local market and lower prices in the foreign market. When the consumers or when the monopolists are going to fixing the price in very higher into the local market and very lower into the higher market mean, when he is going to produce more or the surplus amount of commodity is produced by the producers, he will going to dump or he will make the dumping. Dumping means the accumulation of the commodities. Normally on the basis of the domestic nations, on the basis of the demand for the domestic nations, the producers will produce more commodities, and the produced commodities is equal to the demand for the domestic nations. So the monopolist will never stop. So even though by using the availability resources, so the monopolist will produce more surplus or more commodities or surplus amount of commodities, and it will be come to the market, local market. If he has more surplus commodities, it will going to export to the another nations with the lower market. Even in these another nations there is no demand or low demand, so the producer will produce the commodities, or the producer will export the commodities at the lower prices. So here the accumulations of commodity will be increased in domestic nations, and the surplus commodity is going to export. So through dumping, a country expands its command over other countries for its product. This is also called as a international price discriminations. International price discriminations means in our domestic nations the price will be different from another nations. For example, India's electronic market is flooded with the China's product. But if you are considering, if you are searching the news from the China, so it will be fixing the very higher prices in the air market, but it will be export to the India at a lower prices. So if the producers are producing more commodities and accumulating the produced commodities in our domestic nations, and it is the same product is going to export to the another nation, that is called dumping, the accumulations of commodity. Next, in this imperfect competitions, so another one type of the markets are there. The monopolistic competition market. The monopolistic competitions market. The monopolistic competition refers to a market situations where there are many firms selling a differentiated product. So for example, now we are using the different type of the commodity by different type of the firms. Sorry, the same type of the commodities produced by the different type of the firms. For example, the soap, shampoo, and the toothpaste, everything is also the best example for the production of monopolistic competitions. The Colgate and Dabur Red, Pepsodent, and the different type of the companies are there. By making the little bit of the change, so the different type of the company will come to the market. So there is a competition which is keen, which is very perfect. So the competitions will not be as a perfect. So in this monopoly market, we have studied the different type of the homogeneous product only will be going to sell, but the homogeneous price and the uniform price will be there. But in this monopolistic competitions, there is more competitions, but the competitions will not be as a perfect. So among many firms making very similar products, so here no firms can have any influence on the price output policies of the other sellers, because on the basis of the production cost or the power of the firms, it will easily increase or decrease the price. For example, if you are seeing the price for one soap may be very low, and the soap for another one of the company is maybe very high. So some of the product will be produced by different type of the commodity. So the monopolistic competition refers to a market situations where there are many firms selling a differentiated product. So here no firms can power to produce the same product, but the product is same. By giving or by making the little bit of the changeness or changing, so it will be come to the market. So some of the features are there in these monopolistic competitions. So in this monopolistic competitions, there are large number of buyers and many sellers. Throughout the world, the consumers will using this product. For example, soap, shampoo, and powders, and some of the cosmetic goods. Everything are there. So large number of buyers, but the sellers may be different. Some when you are comparing to the buyers, the sellers may be very low, but the large number of buyers will be there, and many sellers are there in these monopolistic competitions. Next, firms under the monopolistic competitions are price makers. They set their own prices. As a monopoly, the firms or the producer in the monopolistic competitions also will have the power to fixing the price for their commodities. Okay. Next, firms produce differentiated products. So all the firms also will be produce the differentiated product. It is the key element of the monopolistic competitions. By changing the molecules or ingredients of the commodities, so it will be bring the commodities into the market. Next, there is a free entry and exit of firms. So like a perfect competitions. So here also all the firms can easily enter, and if it is not profit, it can easily exit from the market. Next, firms compete with each other by incurring selling cost or expenditure on sales promotion of their products. So every firms also will make the competition with the other firms. So the perfect competitions, the keen competitions will be there among the firms. Some of the companies will be fixing the low prices, and some of the companies will be increase the advertisement. Like that, what are the ways are there to making the competition with the another firms? It will be occurring. Next, non-price competition is an essential part of monopolistic competitions. Non-price competitions mean, so by fixing the price, they will never make the competitions. So by using the different type of the prices, the competitions will be occurs among the firms. For example, if the Unilever Limited or the Tata product will also produce the same product, but if you are seeing the Unilever Limited, the price for the Unilever Limited company, so it will be higher. But the Tata companies are always also producing the same commodities with the low price. So it will never affect the firms. Next, a firm can follow an independent price policies. So there is no need a firm no needed to depending on the other company to fixing the price for their commodities. On the basis of their ability to increasing the cost of productions, so all the companies can easily fixing their price for their commodity. Next, the wastage of monopolistic competitions. So in these monopolistic competitions, the more wastage will be happening. So what are the wastage will come into the monopolistic competitions mean? First one is idle capacity. So idle capacity means the unutilized capacity is the difference between the optimum output that can be produced and the actual output produced by the firm. So in these monopolistic competitions, so all the companies will never produce more commodities, even though if they have the power to produce the commodities on the basis of the demand for that commodity. So a monopolistic companies or producers deliberately output which is less than the optimum output, that is the output corresponding to the minimum average cost. So normally all the people, all the firms also will be expect the more commodity with the low average cost. But even though some of the companies by making the for the purpose of make the competition with the other companies, it will not be produced, otherwise it will be produced more commodities. Next, unemployment. So under the monopolistic competitions, the firms produce less than the optimum output. So even though there is more chance to produce the commodity, so the monopolistic competitions will never use the resources to produce any of the commodities. When they are not producing more commodities, the farms or the job opportunity will be decreased. So as a result, the productive capacity is not used to the fullest extent. Suppose if the producers want to produce more commodity only, so more labor will be required. So if they are not produce more commodity, so the less labor only will be needed. So in this situation is going on, automatically the employment opportunity will be decreased. So this will lead to unemployment of human resources also. Next, advertisement. So there is a lot of waste in competitive advertisement under the monopolistic competitions. Now if you are seeing in our TV, so many type of the advertisements are there. So all the companies also will be attracting the consumers only by the way of producing the advertisement. So the advertisement cost also will be included in the product only. So the consumer only will have more burden to paying the more amount of money. So even if the even if the consumers has more knowledge about the commodity, so the producers will make the advertisement. So the wasteful and competitive advertisement lead to high cost to consumers only. It is also claimed that the advertisement cheat the consumer by giving false information about the product. But nowadays, all the advertisement also attracting the consumers. But at the same time, the false advertisement also will be made by the producers. So when we are seeing all the advertisement is not possible. Next, too many varieties of goods. Too many varieties of goods. So the introducing too many varieties of goods is another waste of the monopolistic competitions. The goods differ in size, shape, style and color. A reasonable number of varieties would be sufficient. But in this market, the many varieties of goods are there. For example, for purposing toothpaste, so some type of the goods only is enough. But if you are going to the market, the too many varieties of goods are there. So when we want to purchase one shampoo or soap, we will get confused. So this is also one type of the waste, because no consumers will spend more time to select any of the commodities. Simply they will go to the shop and they will get some of the commodities. Next, inefficient firms. So under the monopolistic competitions, the inefficient firms charge prices higher than their marginal cost. Such type of inefficient firms should be kept out the industry. But the buyers' preference for such product mostly due to emotions. Nowadays, some of the producers will producing the commodities and they will fixing high prices. But the consumer always want to consuming that commodity only. So when the situation is being like this, so the commodities, the farms will never leave from the farms. So the efficient farms cannot drive out of the inefficient farms, because sometimes the efficient farms may not be able to spend money on attractive advertisement to lure the buyers. In reality, the consumers are mostly emotional rather than rational, because some of the consumers only will purchasing any of the commodities by the emotional. They will not purchase and approach by the rational. Okay students, I think it's enough. So if you have any doubt in these monopolistic competitions, please you can ask, and just to take the waste of monopolistic competitions as your study process. Thank you.